we are assembling the birthday pop-up. So I have all my pieces laid out, but I'm going to start here with my base. I've already put my panels on, but I want to assemble the base so that it has time to dry before I need to insert my pieces. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue these together. And you know what, I like to work in the other direction, so I'm going to glue these together this way. Doesn't matter which way you glue them together. I am just used to having the front of my card to the right. So I just changed it real quick. Okay, so when you have that glued together, you're going to flip it over. You're going to fold this piece down so it's level with the top here. Then you're going to fold this up, then fold that one down. We're going to create a nice little 1/4 inch space that we're going to glue down to the inside of the base. This is why I like to give this base piece time to dry. I like it to have time to dry this piece, these, before I'm pulling on it. And then we're going to set that there, let it dry while we take a look at the rest of the pieces. So each layer has these pieces. Your candles are done this way so that they're easier to handle. I have glue all over my fingers and I apologize for that. And you just glue top to bottom. So your layer has the piece with the tab, and then this one, typically the tallest piece is the center, but on this card, the second tallest piece is the center. So there's no score mark on this piece because this will be the piece that operates the mechanism to lift the card up and down. And you have balloons that go in, and I'm gonna put my balloons behind this layer piece. You can put them in front of it if you want. Like you could glue this piece on and then put your balloons on. But I want my balloons to look like they're kind of behind the table. So I'm going to sandwich them in between these two pieces. And I'm also going to put my candles on in between my two pieces. So I'm just going to glue this long tab and center my candles in here. And then I'm going to glue this in place. And then I'm going to take my frosting layer and glue it. See if I can straighten that up a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so that's my middle layer. So just like on the first one, with this one, I'm also going to glue the balloons behind. Or in between. And here's my top layer and my shortest length of candles. So I've done a cake with 2 different flavors. So my middle layer is a different flavor than my top and bottom layer on my cake. There's so many different things you can do with this. I'd even thought if I had had speckled paper, I could have used that as the cake and it would have been the birthday cake. So this is very customizable to the colors of your birthday party. So that's what it's looking like so far. And now we've got the bottom layer. And this layer has no balloons, so I'm just going to go straight to my candles. Just kind of eyeball that and center it on there. And put on my frosting. There we go. And then our very front layer says happy birthday. Put this on. The letters, they're not too small, they cut out really nice. But it does take time to glue down all those individual pieces, so I went ahead and did that ahead of time. Okay, so here's the pieces to the card, and they're going to insert this one in the very front, middle. Make sure when you do this one that you're doing it facing the correct way. Okay, so when you open this to start putting these pieces together, you'll see that this one is facing forward and these are facing away from you. And then I just like to take them out in the order that they're going to go back in and then start working. So every piece except for the one that's here in the center has a tab. You just want to fold that tab. I like to glue my tabs forward. You want to make sure your happy is within the space here. You don't want it hanging over, or it won't operate correctly. Put glue on this tab, flip it down, and glue it in place. We're going to go to the next layer of the cake. Do the same thing, fold your tab, slide this in. Again, you don't want to be going over the edges here. Apply glue to your tab. I fold mine back, and you're just gluing it directly to the bottom of this piece that you have laying flat on your table. Now, this is the center of the card, and you want to line this up to the cake piece in front of it. And now for this one, you're going to lift up this tab and apply glue here to the center piece, and glue this tab to it. Okay, just the tab. Make sure the glue doesn't ooze out. You don't want to get glue here on these pieces. So just glue your tab. You're going to fold this up and glue that to it. And see, now what that does is that pulls this top and this bottom piece up and down. If these aren't glued, this top piece will not lift when you try to pop your card open. Okay, so if your card's not working right, you've probably forgotten to glue this one tab down. Now for this back side, it has a tab, so I'm going to fold it down. Put glue on your tab and fold it back and glue that into place. And being very vigilant to wipe up any extra glue, because any glue gets in here and glues any of these other pieces down, and your card's not going to open and close. Okay, so now to finish it, we're going to glue this tab and this tab to its opposing side. Okay, so only put glue on the tab, and I'd like to do it just right inside the edge because I don't want it seeping out and gluing any of the rest of the card together. So just do that. So for this one, this tab's down, this tab is up. You're gonna bring it around and glue these together. Like so. Okay. Apply your pressure, make sure these two pieces are gluing together. Check inside, you see that they're glued together but not glued to anything else, so it is moving. That's what you want to see. Then you're going to fold your tab down and close up your card. Hold that for a second, and then there is your birthday pop-up card. Super cute, not too complicated once you get used to it. Thank you for joining me.